That's our resident therapist who has a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling from Northwestern University, basketball star at Central Michigan University, producer with Grammy Award-winning artist. This man has done it all and dedicated his life to uplifting people and giving them the tools they need to have a better life. I want to welcome him back, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Weber.
Yeah.
Give it up for David Weber right here, man.
Appreciate
it.
All you are is their son.
I know.
That's all you are.
I know.
What's up, David?
Don't get
What's
it
up,
twisted,
y'all?
man. As they sit in that truck because they don't want to listen to it in their home, and we got them a free subscription when they're ready.
Yeah, I got to let them know. My bad.
They prefer to sit in that truck,
Yeah,
man.
he's sitting in
Your
the truck
pops-
right now. What's up, Mom? What's up, Dad?
Your dad loves that truck.
He loves the truck, and he loves driving.
Yeah.
For him, that's relaxation and
wow.
stress reducing, and so he loves it.
He
So,
loves it?
Yeah. he
Man,
loves
good man. Well, welcome back to the show,
Yeah.
brother. I'm going to put you straight to work. Russell's on the line. We're going to open up the phone lines. If you need any advice, you need some free therapy for the moment. If you're on the fence about therapy, trust me, I was one of those people, too, at one point in my life.
Okay.
It took somebody years to convince me to sit in therapy, and the moment I did, I hate using the word regret, but I wish I had done it sooner, earlier, because it definitely helped me tremendously just to even have someone listen to my shit. You know what I mean? Like, it just really helped me a whole lot, but to have someone who's trained at it is even better. So I'm going to start with Russell in Indiana. Russell, welcome to the show.
Hey, Russell.
Hey, Russ. Thanks for calling.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey,
How you doing,
hey,
Russell?
thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I called because, I have been, I don't know, I've been fine, I think, and then a lot of things have happened in life, and even, I had been dealing with that, but then just a few months back, maybe toward the end of last year, I just really started having days where I felt like I just couldn't even get out of bed. I started even thinking about, what if I'm not here anymore? And I'm not, I wasn't planning anything out or anything like that, but just kind of having those thoughts like, would anybody even care type of things, you know what I mean? And knowing in my heart that people would, but those things start to creep in. And for me, that is brand new. I've been, where I've been down in life and things like that, but, and it's hard, and I feel like I'm maybe climbing out of that, but I'm just stuck. I can't let things go. I started thinking about, old things somebody did, you know what I mean? Or a mistake I made back in 97, you know what I mean? Or whatever. And I just, it's just new for me. It's weird. And I hate it, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. First off, thank you for your call and for your vulnerability in front of everyone right now. If you've listened to the show before, you've heard me talk about what I call functional depression. And functional depression is sort of similar to functional alcoholism, where the person can go to work, wake up, go to work, but they have 4 or 5 drinks after work every single day, right? And so it's functional. You're drinking 20, 25, 30 drinks a week, but they get up and go to work the next day. So it seems very normal. Same thing with depression. You may go to work, you may still go out with family and friends and hang out, but there's depression underneath it. And so you may not meet the criteria for major depressive disorder. There's 9 criteria. If you have 5, then you have mild depression. If you have 7, that's considered moderate. If you have 8 or 9, that's considered severe depression. So you may not meet the standard for major depressive disorder. However, you may have some of the symptoms of depression, but it's very functional. So if someone saw you or spoke with you, or if you're at work, people may not notice, but you may notice. Anytime you're experiencing what I call functional depression, you need to see a therapist ASAP, because you're only 1 or 2 life events away from going into full depression, possibly moderate depression. So, but again, thank you for your vulnerability, number one. I took a lot of courage to do that. As men, we don't talk about these types of things. So I'm happy that you spoke about this, because a lot of people are experiencing this. In fact, I experienced functional depression not too long ago, maybe 6 to 8 months ago. It wasn't that long ago, where I was noticing 2 or 3 symptoms that wasn't me. And one of my symptoms, by the way, is when I begin to, sounds crazy, but if I go to 4 or 5 fast food restaurants in the same day, I don't eat fast food. So if I go to 4 or 5 fast food restaurants in the same day, that tells me something's off.
Wow.
Something's off.
That's your red flag.
That's my
trigger.
red. Yes,
Okay.
yes. So we all have red flags. It took me a while to even know what mine was. And my former supervisor said, I'm noticing that you just went to Wendy's and then you came back and then you went to Chick-fil-A and now you're going, something's not right. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And she's like, no, that's not you. So if you're noticing something is not you, that's probably a sign that something's wrong.
If he came to you, Russell, you still there. If Russell came to you,
Yeah.
you say he should go to a therapist.
Yeah.
What would be as a therapist, what would you tell him to try to eradicate this feeling or cope with this feeling?
Yeah. Well, the thing I would do with him first is I want to go back to his childhood personally.
Okay.
And talk about where we're at now, how you're feeling now, where you think you would be. Sometimes we have these goals in life that are like, that we think by the time we're 45 or by the time we're 60 or whatever it may be, this is going to be going on in our life. Maybe we'll be married, maybe we'll have children, whatever it may be. So we have these goals. And
there's a lot there.
Yeah. And so when they don't happen, when those things don't happen, we're kind of stuck like, wait, I'm not happy. Right. But that's usually connected to this idea we had in our mind about how our life would be, and things aren't lining up that way. So we create these scenarios. When they don't line up, sometimes that creates that as well. So I would probably start there with him.
Russell, I want to invite you to follow David Weber because I think y'all need to have an off-mic conversation.
Sure, agree.
And,
That would be good.
And follow him at David Weber _LPC.
Yes. Please hit me up on Instagram, David Weber _LPC.
Okay.
I will do that, and if I could just say one thing really quick, you guys are the whole Sway in the Morning family is very, very important to me. You guys actually do give me such a bright spot in my day. I don't feel right if I don't get to listen to you guys, and it's everybody. It's the whole crew, man. DB and his mixes and Tracy. And Tracy, I do. I've listened to your meditations and things like that. I searched them out on YouTube, and just the encouragement from everybody. Lonnie Light, man, and Sway and Heather. Just the whole crew. Torch. You guys all bring something, I know, to a lot of people, but you bring something very special to me. And that we were actually, my wife and I were cutting back on some things around the house, cutting like cable and stuff like that. And the one thing she said, we're not going to cut Sirius XM because I know that's something that you really like, and I know that Sway in the Morning is something that you need. Wow. And so, I love you guys. I got to come out to the Super Bowl party last year, and
you too, Russell, man. We're giving you a virtual hug again, Russell, man. We appreciate you, man, and tell your wife thanks for not cutting us out of your life.
Yeah.
All right, and thank you, man. Follow David Weber _LPC, Russell. And we're going to check in with you off mic,
sure.
Okay? All right, you're a super citizen.
All right.
In the morning. Love to your wife as well.
Let me take another one. The line's lighting up. 888-742-3345. David Weber is here. He's our resident therapist. You can follow him, citizens. If you can't get in or you don't want to be on air, hit him up directly. David Weber, DAVID, Weber, WEBBER _LPC. Paris is on the line from Cali. Talk to us, Paris. Welcome to the show.
What up with it? How y'all doing today?
Hey.
Excellent, man. How about yourself?
I've been better, but I'm here though, right?
Yeah, man. Yep. You here, man, and you called in, so we appreciate that. What do you want to share with us?
Bro, so when I heard about the therapy thing, it had really resonated with me, so to say. My kids had unfortunately lost their mom to the system, at least for a while, right? The kids know pretty much everything from the news and their cousins telling them and everything, and the doctors that they go to, no, they watch the news, right? And my kid's pediatrician.
Wait, Paris, when you say the kids lost their mom to the system, she's incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay.
She's in California State Prison.
And so the reason she's incarcerated has been on the news?
Yes. She shot somebody.
She shot someone. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and continue, brother.
Yeah, so the pediatrician said that we all need to seek therapy, that he advises for all of us to go. Now, I've so far only got my 8-year-old son into it. I mean, my 7-year-old son into it, but my 9-year-old daughter needs to be into it as well, for surely, because I'm noticing her, short temper and anger, and I mean, she's not the same nice girl like she was, so to say, right? Mm-hmm. And hell, I got a 3-year-old daughter. Their mom left when she was 6 months. Like, she don't even know her mom.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just a lot. And I was just.
How about yourself?
I don't know.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't slept much. Since she been gone, bro. It's like, all right. So I always respected women. I mean, at least to a certain point. Like, I've had my days or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just a man. But, like, I was raised by a lot of women. Not that I didn't have my father, right? But now my grandma, my mom, my older sister, my aunties, my cousin, like I was around women always. Dude, I have a completely different line of fucking respect for women now, bro. Like, I didn't know that grocery shopping was a fucking skill.
Yo, bro.
Right?
Yeah, Sway pays for his. That's why he's over at my house a lot, P. Yeah, he doesn't know about that. Talk to him.
P, I donate money to the grocery fund, so I don't have to. It's confusing grocery shopping.
So you ain't got to go do it, right?
Yeah, but I don't got to go do it. But you're taking on all the mom's responsibilities, and then you learning that there's layers to being a mom. Just being a mom, period.
Goodness.
Being a woman, period.
Right.
But then a mom at the same time, right?
Right.
And then 3 that are going through facing this tragedy of not having their mom. Probably detachment issues. Probably
there's a kid,
confusing.
there's a toddler, and an infant. Basically, like. Yeah. This is crazy.
And knowing the reason why the mom isn't there is probably scary to those kids as well, David. What are your thoughts on this?
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot that you're dealing with. First and foremost, you can't pour from an empty cup, so you have to get therapy. You personally, your children, and big salute to you for taking on the challenge. You could have left. You could do what some fathers do, unfortunately, and leave and not be there. So salute to you for being there, but you have to be 100% mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy to help support them during this tough time and support yourself. So first and foremost, you need individual therapy. You can hit me up on Instagram personally. I help you find resources in your area to help you get therapy personally. For the children, I would say listen, right? They may lash out. They may have mood swings. They may be angry for no reason or seemingly no reason. But when they're going through those things, they just need you to listen and hear them. You have to get them in therapy as well. But I want to first get you into therapy first, and then let's get them into therapy after that. So if you hit me up on Instagram directly, I promise you I'll help you get the resources that you need. But right now, it's you getting as physically, emotionally, spiritually well as you can, so that you can help support them. It's very difficult to pour from empty cup.
David, I heard P say that he's having a hard time with the 9-year-old and not going to therapy. Can you force a child at that age because they're still not an adult to go to therapy?
I wouldn't force a child, but I would do a play therapist. I would get with someone who specializes in play therapy. So they're playing games. It shouldn't feel like therapy for that child, right? So for someone 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, it shouldn't feel like therapy. It should feel like you're playing a game. It should feel like you're playing cards. It should feel like you're doing checkers and those types of things. And while you're playing checkers or while you're doing, hanging out in the sandbox or doing something fun, then they begin to open up and talk about things. When I first started therapy, I was doing play therapy a lot. And so sometimes it takes children 2 or 3 sessions to begin to tell you what's going on, but children talk. They just have to be comfortable.
What would be one of the things, but you said to Paris, and Paris, thank you, man. I think you're very brave and courageous to share this, and it's reaching out. Paris is making this call because he's reaching out.
Yes.
I know you're suggesting he gets a therapist, but if he came to you, where would you start with him, knowing the circumstances?
Man, so I've talked about this on the show as well. You don't grieve only when someone dies. You grieve when you lose a job. You grieve when you move cities, and you grieve when someone you love goes to prison, right? Like you're gonna experience the stages of grief. So the denial and anger and bargaining and depression, you're gonna experience those things. And so I would approach it from that standpoint. This is really about grief. This is really about taking on the weight of an entire family when it was 2 of you and now it's only 1 of you. Right, and then processing with those children, the loss of a parent, essentially, right? And so that's where we would start, him and I.
Paris, will you promise us you'll reach out to David?
Yeah, give me the information again. I really don't got no Instagram.
I was gonna say, what about email?
I mean,
you know what? If you leave your information with us, I'm gonna hit you up directly today. Okay.
You got it. We got it. We got
okay,
that.
For
we got
sure,
that.
sure.
We got the 707 number. Okay.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Hey, but listen though, but I wanted to comment. I know that he couldn't see me with my hand up, and I didn't want to be like I was trying to take the floor from the doctor, right?
Okay, go for it.
So I just sat back and shut up. Okay, so as you said that I was courageous, I think you used, or maybe brave, something like that, for stepping up and what a lot of other fathers would have done, and this and that and the other. Okay, bro, so I think that's one of the problems, bro. Those are not fathers, bro. Those are like sperm donors or some shit, bro. Like I didn't step up because I never stepped off.
That's what's up.
I get that, man.
That's
right.
What's up,
I mean, I wouldn't be able to look at myself to think like that. I know something like this was going on and my kids were in whatever bind, and I act like I didn't see the phone ring or act like I didn't see the caller ID if I did miss the call or something. Like what? Like I would look in the mirror and be like, you fucking piece of shit. Like I can't even look at you. Like what's your problem?
Yeah.
I mean, so for all those guys, whatever I guess that you call them, that would be like, oh, they'll come find me when they're 18. You fucking piece of shit. Like, you don't deserve to live. Like, really, you don't. You done made them goddamn kids, and they're just gonna leave them high and dry like that for the system to do whatever. And like, who knows what some of these weirdos might do?
Yeah. Paris, how long did your kid's mom get sentenced to?
Long enough. I mean, but like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't mean to say that, like,
no,
because
fine.
I heard how it came out after I said it. But I mean, they gave her 15 years.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
They gave her 15 years.
Wow.
I guess I'm just happy that she got a number instead of the letter, because I mean, we know what they could have gave her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I mean, I'm just happy for a release date, and with all the new prison reforms and shit, I mean, it ain't no telling. She may be hopefully she get out soon, and hopefully she does the right thing when she gets out, because like how bad would that crush my kids for them to have went through all they went through, and then she come home and then go right back fucking with parole or doing something. Well, I mean, bro, like they could send you back for any reason, bro. Like you cross the street the wrong way, they could send you back if they want to.
Yeah. Paris, man, I appreciate you calling in, man, and giving us, just letting us inside your life like this. And David is going to reach out to you, brother.
Yep.
All right? We appreciate you, family.
All right,
All right? Hug your
all right,
kids.
thank you so much, Sway.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hug the kids. Let them know they got family on Sway in the morning, all right?
Warriors, man, let's go win the championship
Talk to
again.
him, Paris.
Oh man, Sway, now you really got nice today. Wow.
Different high notes.
You need him?
Yeah, I need him. He got to be from the Bay. He's a citizen.
That's Sway in the morning.
Everybody from the Bay a citizen. All right, cool, man. Thank you, David.
Of course.
Heather, you want to ask him a question, or you?
Well, I feel like we have callers, I feel like it's being touched on, but just really quickly, David, what if you're in a friend group and you feel like a friend needs therapy, that friend
Yeah.
needs therapy, and it's kind of hard to bring up? It's not like saying, hey, let's go to Beyonce concert or let's go to the movies, but how do you suggest to
Yeah.
a friend you think it's time to sit down with someone?
Yeah. What I wouldn't do is an intervention unless it's severe.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't do that unless it's really severe, like severe alcoholism or something like that, drug use. People get feel like you put them on blast in front of other people. So I would go one-on-one to the person and say, hey, this is something I'm seeing, I'm hearing from you. It sounds like this is what you need. Whatever I can do to help and support you. I just wouldn't do it in a group chat. I've been in those situations. I wouldn't do it a group of people making a phone call. I would do it individually, sit down with that person, explain why I believe therapy would be beneficial for you. And most people will be receptive of that. But if it's in front of other people, people get embarrassed.
Okay, thanks. Wow. Okay.
Dahlia's on the line from Oakland. Dahlia, go ahead. Welcome to the show, Dahlia.
Hey, Daya.
Thank you, you guys. How are you doing? Hello.
Great. Hey.
Town business.
Good morning.
Good morning. I asked one question when I first called in, but I'm really concerned about what should a mother, and this is for the therapist, how should a mother cope with the fact that, now keep in mind that I have been in therapy all of this time, still in therapy. However, when it comes to this situation with my 10-year-old daughter who was taken from me by birth from a false drug test from a hospital and never given the chance of giving her back, I've done everything the courts have asked. I have proven from day one. I've paid for hair follicle tests. They told me, okay, you're a drug addict, which I'm not. You're a drug addict, go to this program. All of my urinalysis, random urinalysis came back negative for any and everything. And I'm still dealing with this. This situation, they took her in 2014, and it's 2025. I'm low income, never had the opportunity to pay for a lawyer for this situation until I got with my fiance, who I'm with now. I've been through about 3, 4, 5 different lawyers, just wasting money. And the legal representation that I have now doesn't even want me to stand up to let them know that, hey, I have dialysis, I can't show up today. So I'm dealing with this with my therapist, and I've talked about the situation with my therapist and every other situation. All my other situations has gotten to where it's not a bother in my life. However, when it comes to my daughter's situation, I'm back in a depression. I'm crying, cryified. And they asked if the therapy is helping. It helps in one aspect, but the moment I start dealing with my daughter situation again, I'm back in a depression.
David, you want to chime in? Thank you for sharing your story, Dahlia.
Yeah, that's a really difficult situation. I'm glad that therapy is helping in the other areas. This is my personal opinion. Some things are spiritual. Some things are therapy. Some things are a little bit of both. Some things are tests. And when you're going through something really difficult, particularly when you've been accused of something that you did not do, that to me feels like a spiritual test, right? And so how do I fight through a spiritual test is I have to fight through that spiritually. So there's nothing therapy necessarily is going to help me with in a spiritual test, if that makes any sense. Because if it would have helped, it would have already helped by now, being that you've seen a therapist for so long. So at this point, I'm not sure what your faith may be, But if I were you, I would lean into that heavy, right? I would lean into my purpose heavy. I would lean into everything is happening for a reason, even though I don't understand the reason, even though it doesn't make sense. I would lean into that heavy, right? Because some things I have no control over. Most things I have no control over. So what's the lesson for me? What am I supposed to learn? And what am I supposed to get out of this? Even though it's difficult, what am I supposed to be learning from this situation? How do I get through this situation? And I'm sure you've already been doing parts of this, what I'm saying right now, but I would focus heavy on the spiritual end as it relates to that situation to try to figure out, okay, what are you trying to teach me? What's the purpose of everything I'm going through right now?
Dahlia, thank you for sharing your story. You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
And please reach out to David Weber. David, I want to thank you for coming on today.
Yes.
You got hit from every angle today.
Yeah.
Especially
Really worked
Wow.
out today, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sweating over here, Heather.
Yeah,
Look
I'm
at him.
always sweating.
No, but I think it's a great reminder, and I don't think I've
Sway.
ever heard a therapist say that. Some things are spiritual, and I totally agree with you. And we have to fight that fight as well, and nurture and pour into that. So yeah, thank you for that confirmation and sharing that today.
Absolutely, man. Give this man a round of applause. If you
Yeah.
want to, citizens, it's like we got a lot of lines are lit up.
Yeah, man.
You can hit him directly. And I promise you, hit this man. You tell him you target him on this show. He's going to respond to you.
Yes.
David, how can they reach you again?
Please hit me up on Instagram, David Weber _LPC, and Sway had to be. I appreciate y'all for even giving me this opportunity. Also for giving the people an opportunity. Some people never even met a therapist, never
That's
talked
true.
to a therapist,
Yeah.
and never heard it. This could be scary. Like, what's therapy? What is that? That could be very scary for people. So shout out to y'all for even bringing me on and giving me this
You
opportunity.
get a lot of good response off air, too?
a bunch, man.
But
A
good?
bunch. Yeah, great
Yeah.
response. Yeah.
Give
Great.
out your email too for the people who's hitting me saying they're not on
Instagram.
Facebook. They're on
media.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yep. You can email me at davidweberlpc@gmail.com. That's davidweberlpc@gmail.com.
To the Weber family, Mr. and Mrs. Weber.
Yes.
Hopefully, I could come over and eat one day.
Wow.
Y'all got big meals because y'all got big kids.
You being greedy all the way from Cali?
Oh, man, I know they cooking. I
Man.
know how they pops was, too, man.
Oh, so that's why you giving them the subscription. It's like a down payment on the free meals.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Wow.
If y'all want that subscription, let me know. I'll hook y'all up. I know how Pops is. You got to bring something to the table, son. We ain't going to just feed you. What are you bringing to the table?
Earn your keep.
Yeah. Imani, they father remind me of stuff. My grandfather.
Wow.
Right? Oh, you never met their father. You heard the stories. He remind me of my grandfather. Yeah, the way he raised y'all.
Shout out to C Web and Erica. Shout out to them as well. Always on the
No doubt.
check-in.
All
Yeah.
right.